Up next for the Lakers as their seeding games continue as a Wednesday matchup with Oklahoma City, whom the Lakers have beaten all 3 times they've played this season, including twice in Oklahoma. Below are 3 things you need to know ahead of the tip. Number 1 in the West, clinching the No. 1 overall seed was all but a given before the seeding games began, since LA had built a 5.5 game lead. When they beat the Clippers in the first game, it was settled for good. Well, okay, technically, it wasn't settled for good until they beat Utah, but you get it. This is the 12th time the Lakers have secured the West's top seed since 1984. They went on to win titles in 6 of those seasons. So, the Lakers know they'll be opening the postseason on August 17th against the No. 8 seed, but you'll have to take your best guess about whom their opponent will be in a wide-open race that currently looks like this. 8 Memphis, 32-36, 0-3 in the bubble. 9 Portland, 31-38, 1.5 games back. 2-110 San Antonio, 29-37, 2 games back. 2-111 New Orleans, 29-38, 2.5 games back. 1-212 Phoenix, 29-39, 3 games back. 3-0-13 Sacramento, 28-39, 3.5 games back. 0-3 What we know after 3 games from each of these teams is that there will very likely be a play-in mini-tournament between the teams that finish 8th and 9th, because the 8th place team will not have a 4-game lead over 9th. Remember that 8th has to beat 9th just once, and 9th has to beat 8th twice. Sacramento is the one team that can likely be counted out at this point, though they're mathematically alive, while Memphis just lost starting power forward Jaren Jackson Jr. for the season, and has a difficult schedule for their final 5 games. New Orleans has the easiest on paper schedule, while Portland's is a bit tougher than that of San Antonio and Phoenix. That said, the Blazers are the most healthy of the bunch, and have the best player in Damian Lillard, leaving many to think they'll find a way into that play-in game. But the larger point is simple: to reiterate, it's wide open. Lakers offense. The most notable difference from the 49-14 Lakers before the hiatus, and the 2-1 Lakers in the seeding games has been a slow starting offense. Coach Frank Vogel is always going to prioritize defense, and the receipts on that end have been very good. So the fact that LA is struggling to convert open shots isn't much of a concern, with the assumption being that they'll start falling as guys get their game legs back. The starting lineup in particular hasn't been converting on open threes, and Vogel thinks part of the reason is the starters aren't playing with their typical pace. That can and will be addressed, but in the meantime, it's been the bench group with Alex Caruso, Kuzma, Dion Waiters plus either Anthony Davis or LeBron, and one of the starting wings, Danny Green or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, that have shined. They've played well on both ends, and the offense in particular has been more fluid with those groups.